Hello, how you guys doing? What's going on? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host Gigi with the T, and today we're going to look at Shannon Sharpe case. If you guys did not know, man, yesterday it was crazy. Shannon Sharpe was hit with a lawsuit by a 19-year-old, 20-year-old something girl. Yes, Shannon Sharpe was going to the gym looking for teens. Now, you may say, what is a 56-year-old man that is rich, successful, in a conservative atmosphere going to the gym doing anything with a 19-year-old, 20-year-old girl? I mean, she's not even old enough to drink. My God. I mean, this is somebody's daughter. And then the things that he had her do, I mean, my goodness, I could not believe it. The audio is just gross. The text messages is just gross. And I'm thinking, you're 56 years old, okay? You should be teaching the young people how to be better. And we always talk about that. We need to help our community. We need to build them up. How can we build them up when we have men like Shannon Sharpe, 56 years old, that is preying on teenage little people, 19, 20 years old? Huh? They don't want to help them. They want to have the freak offs on them. That's what they want. Okay. So we have to talk about that. You know, they said your brain is not fully developed until you're 25 and he's 56. I mean, he could be her granddaughter, father, grandfather. He could be the grandfather. He could be her grandfather. He can be her grandfather, for God's sakes. When she was 1 years old, what was he, 37, 38, somewhere in his higher 30s? That just sounds gross and disturbing. But you know what? We have learned from a while ago that these Hollywood men, these men in Hollywood, this is what they do. They did it to Justin Bieber. They did it to Usher. Okay. We're talking about the Diddy's. We're talking about the Clyde Davises, and now added to Shannon Sharpe. We're talking about the R. Kellys. We're talking about the Jay-Z's. And yes, I do hear people out here loud and clear. They say, you know what? You know what? I don't believe what R. Kelly did. And they're saying the same thing with Shannon Sharpe. I don't believe it. I don't believe nothing the victim says. I don't believe nothing the victim says. They said the same play about R. Kelly. They say the same thing about everybody. They don't believe what nobody says. And that's the reason why your daughter is going through what she's going through, because you don't believe that Uncle Mikey touched her. You don't believe that the dude you have playing her stepfather touched her. That's why she's going through the stuff she's going through. That's why your son is not opening it up about his stepfather touching him or his uncle touching him. Because you know why? You want to blame the victim, and you're not going to blame the victim. I mean, and that's just what it is. You're going to blame the victim, and you don't want to believe the victim because it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you question your judgment in people, because your judgment has always been so far wrong. I also hear the statement that people are making. They said, well, why did she go back? He did it one time. She went back again. I mean, she's 19 years old. 19-year-olds, they're going to make messed up decisions. And we give them grace because of their age, because of their lack of experience. But when you're 56 years old, you should know better. You should know not to be dealing with a 19, 20-year-old anyway, to no capacity. And a lot of you have mothers, daughters that are in abusive relationships. Do you say, well, he hit you one time, why you go back again? And if he take you out of here, it's your fault, because you should have listened when he hit you the first time. You must like getting hit. He hit you first time and you went back. He cussed you out the first time, you went back. How many of y'all husbands, boyfriend have cheated on y'all? Should I say, well, you must have liked being cheated on because you constantly going back? I mean, with that logic that you guys put out there about her, that, well, if he essayed her one and then she went back, she must have liked it. No, you're trying your hardest and your best to make Shannon Sharpe innocent. You want to paint him as the victim so bad, okay? And it's just not working. Oftentimes, most abusers, you can look up the stats, they go back. It takes a long time and a while for them to leave because it's a mental abuse psyche out there. With that type of logic, none of you guys should repeat something else again and again. Once you have lied and sinned one time, why you keep on lying and saying it? Why you keep on fornicating? You fornicated once, okay, but you keep on doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. Okay. So something wrong with you. Okay. But before I continue on, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel, The Messy Sweet Spot. I told Kimmy that I will be going on, so maybe she would join us. I'm not sure, but I just want to say I thank you all for being here with me on The Messy Sweet Spot. As you guys can see, I am rebranding once again. And this time, my brand is just going to be more transparent, more straightforward, more just giving you how I feel. In the past, I've tried to open my community up and try to hear different people's opinion and just be more diverse. I think I'm going to steer away from that, and I'm just going to focus on me, okay, and how I feel about stuff. And if you join, you join. If you don't, you don't. And let's just see how that go, okay? Where my fan at? Where my fan at? Okay. All right. I really need to be around people that's really here for me and support of me and not no snakes. Oftentimes, when you try to open up your platform and be diverse and just hear other people's opinion, people really don't come for the right reasons. So, that's on me. I take full accountability. I play no victim. All right. So I do want to look at some YouTubers that are talking about this. I do want to talk about the case. So let me just reiterate what happened. Shannon Sharpe, he was at the gym and he saw this 19-year-old girl. Now, the state says 19. Some YouTubers say she was 20 when they met. She was 20. He was 54 at the time. Okay. That's very old. That's very creepy for a 50-year-old something to try to seduce a 19 or 20. And how do an older man seduce a 19 or 20? Clearly, he does not have the look. Shannon Sharpe is not an attractive guy. Okay. So we know, and he know, and the world know she was not being entertained with him generally based on his looks. So what was he offering to get her to be interested in him? It had to be the money. It got to be the money, honey. It got to be the money, honey. It got to be the money. 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 It got to be the money that he was diggling in her face as a 19, almost like a child. When you have child, they already told you as a child, when I was coming up, they told me, if a man offered you candy, say no, and just like you do to a child, he was offering her money, just like, offering candy to a little babe. Here, kitty, you want some chocolate? You want some candy? You want some lollipops? I got it. Because the kid ain't going to come to you, okay? So she was not interested in him, but he was being persistent and he was like, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And mind you, when these guys are looking at you, they already have in their mind what they want to do to you. They already have in their mind the stuff that they want to play out. He is into race play. I don't know what's that about. I don't know if that's the Hollywood ritual. I don't know what's going on with that, but for you to be in a race play and you want to get innocent 19-year-old that don't even know what the hell slavery was about because they're wiping off slavery, they're wiping out history. And that 19-year-old, most 19-year-olds, if they were not raised in a certain history or someone to inform them, they don't understand black and white. They don't get none of that. But you, as a 56, 54 years old, you know all about it. And yet you want to play around with that and you want to get off on that. And then they say that he have said some disgusting things about black women. Okay, so that hey, where are we going with that? He said some disgusting things about black women in the past. Okay, because he want to play with child snow bunnies. Okay. And then he claims that Tony Buzbee is making it about race, is making about Tony Buzbee coming after black men. No, baby, you're coming after young white women. You all about race. I mean, that statement that she said that, oh my God, he coming after me because I'm a black man. You go after little white girls. What's up with that? You get off with race play. What's up with that? You want to take the race card? You sure you want to go there, baby? Honey. So they met at the gym, okay? And she said in the beginning everything was fine. She was doing the stuff that he wanted her to do, which was the back door. He loves the back door. I don't know no straight man, honestly, that likes it in the back door. I know a whole bunch of down low men that like it in the back door. They like that donut. But I don't know straight man that like it in the donut. Okay. Hell, what are you going back there for when you got a whole kitty cat in the front? Hello? Hello? Okay. And then you want to do this to a 19-year-old. Okay. A girl that's don't have the experience, that's just trying to discover who she is at 19. You don't know who you are. At this time, you just left your parents' house, so you may still be living in your parents, because let's not act. Some of y'all got 25, 30-year-olds that's still living with y'all. Still living with y'all. Let that sink in. And it's the power dynamic, it's the power influence that makes it all so highly weird. And like I said, the Justin Biebers, the Ushers, I mean, the Cassie, it's the same dynamic. So she said that, that's what he does, and she was cool with it. And it got to a point where she did not want to do it anymore, and she said no. And he did not take no for an answer. And it happens a lot in relationships. It happens in marriages where you can be with someone and maybe at this time you don't want to do it. You get into an argument, you just don't want to do it. And that man will take it upon himself to take it because he feel like you are his. He feel like you're bought and paid for. And that's wrong. That's where the wrongness come in at. That is where he is found guilty. Now, when she have text messages says, yes, I want you to do this to me, I want you to do that, that is fine because that's what she wants it. But when the moment she says, no, I don't want it no more, you stop. If I tell you, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I want you to do that, okay, you do it. But then the fifth time I said, I don't want you to do it, and you do it anyway, you didn't cross the line. You didn't cross the line. You didn't cross the goddamn line. So some people are trying to make the argument, well, she did say she wanted him to do, on around the neck. Yeah, she did at that time, at that damn time. But it was other times where she said no, and he did anyway. That is illegal. Hello. Simple as that. And you have to question his judgment. Why would you get involved with a 19-year-old person, a child mind? When you're 19, you still have a child mind mentality. Your brain has not developed. It's still in development. You're still figuring out who you are. This could have been prevented. Shannon has to take accountability for going after young girls. And what happened was, before this dropped, he had a show. And on the show, he made a mistake. And it could have been a mistake, I don't know. He says, I'm tired of you guys coming after me for dating younger men, for liking young men. And people's like, hold up, Shannon. Did you realize what you said, liking men? And if you look in the news now, in the past, a lot of black men in the black community have shamed Shannon Sharpe because they feel like he is a homosexual. They feel like he is zesty. So Shannon Sharpe has a lot of things going on with him, according to what he gets off on. What he gets off, what he does, it definitely seemed to be strange and weird and out the norm. And did you guys know he has been sued multiple times before? They said he got sued 24 times and he settled 23 times. Now, what does that sound like? A guilty man? And he is an NFL player. And they say he was very great playing football. But let's not act like these NFL players, they have a huge reputation of being very violent towards women. I don't know if they got tackled too hard or that ball hit their head, but something is off with a lot of them. We have seen news after news of these NFLs putting paws on white women and throwing them across the screen and just doing the worst. And it's a cultural thing too, I feel, in this NFL, in that type of that area. He also recorded that 19-year-old without her permission. Isn't that awkward? He recorded her and was showing her off to his friends, and just like, this is what I'm doing with her. That's giving Diddy. Are you recording? That's giving Diddy. That is definitely giving Diddy. Okay. So I tell you, it is crazy out here. I'm gonna take a moment to look. Okay, so can we get the likes up, you guys? We only have 200 people and we have 91 likes. So if you guys enjoy my commentary, and I don't mind providing you my voice and my thoughts, but I definitely need the support. Can you guys please do us all a favor and hit that like so we can go into the algorithm? It's sad that I have to keep asking that, but can we please do that? Okay. My goodness, videotaping it, my goodness, videotaping it. She didn't even realize she was being videotaped. Now he came out saying that it's a recording, and I play both recordings of her talking to him on the phone, and he says, I'm going to, put his hands around her neck and she don't have a choice. He feels like she set him up. But didn't you set her up? And that's wrong. But didn't you set her up recording her and sending it to your friends? If that's not a setup, she learned from you. You're the elder. When you are older in a young person's life, you are there to lead, to teach them the right way. But did he teach her the right way? No, he was teaching her how to do nefarious things. He was enacting nefarious things with this young person. They're 4 or 5 generations apart. And you wonder why we can't come together as a community, because you have these grandfathers looking at grandbabies as freak-offs. They don't want to help. They want to freak off them, and they want to videotape them, and they want to pass them around other grandfathers. And it's this whole thing. Check the black market. Check Diddy. Check Clyde Davis. I mean, it's all highly weird. Okay? So, honey, my goodness, and my goodness, that's just crazy right there. So I'm just still thinking about it. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. So, yeah, yes, he was. Oh, my goodness. All right, so let me try to see if I can put some of these recordings up so you guys can see. All right. I'm going to put this up here on the board. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm sure you guys can see it. So I did short videos of these earlier today. And when I do videos, feel free to go support them now. All right. So let's hear this audio.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just going to get mad at, and you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not going to hang up on you.
Okay. This is just disturbing right now. You got a 20-year-old and a 55-year-old on the phone. Shannon, why are you on the phone with a 20-year-old? She sounds sad. She sounds depressed. Please send her to her father. And this could have been prevented if Shannon was not into the weird shit he into. He's into a lot of weird stuff.
Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
So he says you want to be a D to him now, pretty much saying you treat me mean, you treat me awful. If she is treating you awful, why don't he just leave? Just stop it. And people are saying, well, they role playing. If this is role play, this is sick. This is sick. What else are they role playing that is so sick? Are they role playing like she's a 10-year-old girl? Are they role playing like she's 5 years old and he's her father? I mean, one role play lead to the next. And if this is role play, it sounds very serious. It sounds very sad. It sounds very depressing.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to the shit out of you when I see you.
Ooh, no, he did not. No, he did. He said, if you send me that text one more time, I'm going to beat the out of you when I see you. You said this to a 19-year-old white girl. Why? Why did you say that? Can y'all give me a reason why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say it to a 19-year-old girl? I'm going to beat the out of you and choke. Why would you say it? Knowing, I mean, it's so many different elements. As a regular person, you shouldn't be talking that shit. You shouldn't even role play. I'm against role playing like this. Hell no. It's perverted. Then you being this conservative, rich person that's in Hollywood that want to go far, you have to watch everything that you do. You know, when you are a superstar, it is a microscope on you that is judging and watching everything that you do. But he did this to himself. He have done this to himself. You can't blame nobody but you. You put yourself in this situation. You done this to yourself. Shout out to Kimmy. Kimmy, I thought you was going to come up here. Kimmy, the link is at the top. Okay, do y'all see the link at the top? Because I sure thought Kimmy was going to come up here. Did I put the link at the top? Okay. Yeah, I put the link at the top. Yeah, the link is at the top, Kimmy, if you want to come up here. If you don't, I'm not trying to pressure anyone, okay? My goodness.
Thank you.
So after he threatened her, she's quiet. Then he says, thank you for being quiet. This is some dark role play. If this is role playing, they role play in demonic realms. They role play doing rituals. They role play and doing satanic worships. And ain't that what Diddy was doing? Role playing, spiking your drinks. It was all a part of the role play. Going out, Cassie pretending to be interested in men, then she'll bring them back for Diddy. That was all a part of the role play because everybody acting. We all acting the character so we can get our freak on. Oh, man, this is some awkward, weird, dark stuff.
Okay.
And all these long pauses, it makes it more eerie. It's creepy. It's almost like he's a Freddy Krueger on the phone to a 19-year-old. Hell no. Could you imagine if this is your daughter and a 54, 55, 56 man was talking to your daughter like this? Imagine a Clyde Davis at 55 years old talking to your daughter like this. Hell no. No, something wrong. Something is wrong. I don't give a damn what y'all call it. It's demonic. It's evil. It's wicked. It is wicked. Okay, thank you. Kimmy said the link isn't working. Why y'all ain't tell me the link isn't working, you all? All right, let me try to do this again. I'm so sorry about that, Kimmy. Y'all didn't tell me the link ain't working. All right, so I'm going to try the link again. Kimmy is a YouTuber. She does awesome commentary. I enjoy working with her from time to time. She was going to come up here and join us and give us more information and give us her input. And I appreciate her input. All right, so I'll put the link back up there. I replaced it. Okay, here is Kimmy. Hey, how are you? Can you hear me, Kimmy?
Yes, ma'am. I hear you.
All right. Yeah. So I'm just playing this video, this audio. Now, did you hear this audio that we're talking about now?
I did.
Oh my God, Cammie, what were your thoughts?
He guilty. He's guilty. I couldn't believe what I heard. It's like I knew Tony Buzbee had a smoking GUN. I knew he did. I didn't know he had an audio recording saying that he's gonna choke the you know what out of her. I was shocked. And he played right into her hands. It's like she set him up.
If she set him up, good for her.
That's what I'm saying.
Good for her to get him. And I'm okay with setting up. If you have a man that's putting hands on you,
that's true.
And you need to get him arrested. If you at the house knowing that he's going to put paws on you, put that camera somewhere, say a little slick shit, whatever. And if he does, he does. But at the end of the day, make sure you don't cross the line. You don't do anything illegal. And by you saying something and he acts on it, that is not you breaking the law, but that is you fighting for your justice. Right. That is you fighting for your rights, because they are going to manipulate you anyway to take advantage of you. And you need to start playing hardball too. So if you got to play hardball with recording and sneaking in order to get your predator off the streets, then so be it. So be it.
Because just think, what if she didn't have this recording? No one would believe her.
People still don't believe
her. They don't. I mean, they are all in the comment area.
And tell me what they're saying, because I want to go back. I want to hit back at them. So what they saying? Give it to me, Kimmy.
Hold on, I screenshot it, y'all.
Okay, well, let me know when you get
some of the comments are like,
one at a time.
They standing with Unc.
Okay,
Unc didn't do nothing wrong. Buzbee needs to go.
Hold on, wait, one at a time, Kimmy. But Unc ain't do nothing wrong. Unc did a lot of things wrong. First of all, Unc was preying on teens. That's number one. She's not even old enough to drink, Kimmy. Kimmy, her brain is still haven't developed yet, Kimmy. Kimmy, when she was 1 year old, he was in his older 30s, Kimmy, going on 40. Kimmy, that is gross within itself, Kimmy. You all always talking about we as a community, we got to come together. How in the hell, Kimmy, can we come together when we have grandfathers that looking at granddaughters as sick objects?
You know what I think it is? I think people are playing the race war, saying, okay, we don't want to hold our black brother down. We going to stay with but your black brother did something bad. He did something real bad.
Yeah, and let me tell you something about that, Kimmy. First of all, if your black brother had your best interest at heart, he would never be with a 19-year-old clear girl doing this demonic stuff, because he would say, you know what? I got cameras all on me, and I got to represent for my people. I am a representation in front of the camera and behind the camera, because you know why? That is integrity.
That's right.
When you are a representation, you give off that you're a good person in front of the camera, then good integrity, you giving that same energy behind the camera. We had no idea that Shannon Sharpe is into this stuff. Mm-mm. And it's a lot of stuff that Shannon Sharpe is into. We don't have any idea, because he gives off something in the camera versus behind the scenes. And that is not keeping it so real and transparent. If you so real and transparent, nothing that comes out should shock us, because we already know who you are. We don't know who Shannon Sharpe is.
Nope. But he's showing us, though, isn't he?
Well, she's showing us, but we don't know. I mean, we know now, and a lot of people felt he's always been a liar. He's not transparent as he claimed to be. But yeah, he should have represented for his black people, knowing that I'm at a place like this, I gotta represent. But for him to fail at that, he's not making the black community look good. He's not looking out for y'all. Hell. And then if that's the case, tell me this, Kimmy, when Tony Buzbee was going after Diddy and Jay-Z, he didn't speak out against them. He wasn't like, nah, y'all not going after my brother. He kept his ass over there quiet, doing what he does best. So please, all of a sudden, y'all want to jump on his bandwagon and have his back? Because if the tables were turned and your butt was on the news for something, do you think Shannon Sharpe gonna have your black ass back?
Nope.
Hell no.
Nope.
He too rich for that. He ain't gonna look your way. He might talk about you because then they say Shannon Sharpe, he was talking horrible. I don't know exactly what they said, but they say he was talking horrible about black women, honey.
Wonder. I'm gonna watch what I say.
So I want to know, people out there, was he really talking reckless and inside of his neck about black women, Shannon Sharpe? Press 1 if he was, press 4 if he did not. They're lying on him. Okay, and feel free to hit that link and tell us what's really going on. Now go ahead. What were you going to say, Kimmy?
Did you see how he came out and he doxed her?
Yes. I'm going to play that video. So we're not on that yet. But
so let me shut my mouth. All right, let me hush.
No, you're good. We about that. But we're going to get on this audio. Anything else you wanted to say about this audio before I continue to play it? And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, Kimmy.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the going back and forth. And
you the GOAT. You the GOAT. You've been around a long time. Long time.
Hey. Oh, yeah. I've been around. Okay. But so what else were your thoughts when you heard this audio?
When I heard it, I was like, she sounds like a little girl. How could he? And then I thought about my own daughter. Like, would I want my daughter to talk to a grown man like that?
No.
That is sick. Oh my goodness. It was just, she sounds so childish to me. So childlike.
But this is what he's into. This is what he likes. And that should let y'all know something about Shannon Sharpe. For her to sound so innocent and childlike and so naive and not knowing what's going on, and he still continue to engage in the conversation with her, that let you know if this is role play, he wants you to role play like you're 5, 6, 7 years old. He's into child role play. That's what it is.
How many black women would let a black man say, don't say that again or I'm going to choke the out of you? Girl, oh no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And she was just quiet. She was quiet as a little bird.
Because she was scared. I mean, that's the same thing Diddy was doing to Cassie. Could you imagine how he was talking to Cassie and dogging her out? I mean, these men, they are powerful. They have money. They have resources. They have access. They can ruin your life. They are powerful individuals. So she was scared. Hell, I would be scared too. If the president or somebody that powerful would tell me, if you text me this again, I'm going to do this. It was all manipulation. You can hear it. Okay. Because clearly she didn't want, I don't know. It sounded like she was ignoring him. And he was like, I'm tired of you talking to me or treating me like I ain't crap. You being mean to me, Gabby. And she's like, no. And he was like, if you text me something again, I'm going to do something to you. And, you know, he said, no, I want you to stay on the phone. I'm not going to do something. It was just awkward and weird. And Shannon Sharpe at his grown age put himself in that situation. At his grown old age, he should know better, right, class? Shouldn't Shannon Sharpe know better? Shouldn't he know better? This is your black leader. This is the one who's leading you guys. Mind you, he don't have no wife. He don't have no family. So what is he really leading you guys to? I guess to have a whole bunch of money and a talk show gossiping? A male Wendy Williams?
That's it.
And that's what black men looking up to, a male Wendy Williams.
He does have, I think If I'm not mistaken, I think he has 3 children. I
They say
think.
he has 3 children.
Okay.
Okay, so he have 3 children. So when I talked about not text, meaning that in a family structure. So
Mm-hmm.
he have 3 kids, so he have 3 broken homes.
Ooh.
I mean,
Wow.
are they all by the same woman? Are these baby mothers?
I don't know. I can find out real quick.
It is a broken home that he have broken, right? Because he's not in their lives. So this is a broken home that he has created in the Black family
In his old age.
at his old age.
Wow.
How old is his daughters? How old is his
I
son?
could never get the age of the daughter, but she's past 20.
Why
She
that?
looks past 20.
So I'm sure he wouldn't mind somebody doing this to his daughter or
I
have
bet he
done
wouldn't.
it to his daughter. I mean, he is highly weird. They say in order to get to that level where he is, you have to make a sacrifice. What is he sacrificing? Is he sacrificing his donut because he's into a donut? And don't take it from me, because the Black men in the Black community, they standing up for you now. But just yesterday, they kept on talking about you for being zesty and homosexual. So
And did oh, Gigi, you hit it. All the Black men was coming after him.
they all was saying that he's zesty.
Mm-hmm.
So which one is that?
Someone said his daughter's in her late 20s, I believe. She does look to be that old. Check it out.
And are they all by the same woman or no?
I don't believe so.
Why is it such a mystery? He's so open and transparent, but we don't know nothing about his kids. Okay,
So-
y'all get back to me when y'all get the information. Let's continue to play. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
His oldest daughter is 32 years old. Her name is Kayla.
Oh. Whoa. 12 years. The dog
32.
is 12 years older than that girl.
Ain't
He
that
was doing
something?
all this weird stuff too. But what does it say about how does he feel about his daughter? How could you as a father get somebody that's 12 years younger than your daughter and do this to someone else's daughter? And then be into the race play. What is that about?
I don't know.
And then get a 19-year-old girl to eat your donut. What is that about?
He's sick. He sounds like he's an alleged pedophile.
Well, let's just say Teddy. You know, we can't say the full name.
Oh, Lord.
YouTube and a subscription. Hey, Maddie, how's it going? The real Maddie.
Hi. I got a lot to talk about, but I don't know if it's on the subject exactly of Shannon Sharpe. It's partially that as well.
Okay, yeah, it's not on the subject. Okay, we're gonna have to put you down. We gotta stay focused. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna continue to play a little bit here.
I wonder if Honeybook has.
Oh, sorry about that. It's a commercial, but you can see she's sound nervous. She sound like she don't know what to say. She's quiet. It's a very eerie feeling. It's a very awful feeling, and he's over there touching, you know what, getting off on this type of stuff. I mean, what man gets off on a girl sounding like she's 10 years old and she's wounded and hurt and she's depressed? What type of guy gets off on that? That's 56 years old. The Black leader. So this is what Black leaders do. This is what Black leaders are into. Huh? And you can't say, nah. Yes. This is the audio. This is what it is. Whether you want to tip it and say it's a role play, it's still bizarre. It's still demonic. Even if it is a role play. Sure, let's take it. It's a role play. I don't believe it is, but let's just take it with that y'all saying. It's still awful, still demonic. And this is what your Black leaders are into, role play, getting 19-year-olds to play like they're 10 years old and getting off on that. Is that why the relationship with the previous women, they didn't work? Because they find out that he really liked teens?
You
Is
know
that
what?
why it didn't work?
That's something to look into to find out who these women are and find out what their ages are. That's something to look into.
All right. Boss Dog said the audio didn't say anything. The audio said everything. Let me tell you what the audio said. The audio said Shannon Sharpe, he was going to take his hands and put it around your neck, Boss Dog. So if somebody says that, that's not saying anything. That's not when somebody threatened you. That's not saying, clearly you're not hearing. There's something wrong with you. It said a lot, Boss Dog. Okay. Okay. What else are you guys saying up here? He could have hired a freaky worker. He wanted someone to abuse. He could have, but he wanted a teen. He wanted something special, I guess. But they're sick. But I'm sure he have prostitutes too. They all do, don't they?
Yep.
And most down low men, they love getting prostitutes. Okay. X Foundation said they are both guilty. X Foundation, when you type, don't tell me about they're both guilty. I need you to tell me verbatim, why is she guilty and why is he guilty? I'm sick and tired of seeing comments that are so vague and you're really not telling us what's really going on. I like for you guys to be more descriptive and so I can understand exactly what you're referring to. What is she guilty of? She's guilty with being a 19-year-old. She's guilty with being a 19-year-old. 19-year-old, you want to compare a 19-year-old to a 56-year-old? What world do we live in? The 19-year-old should make the same mistakes a 56-year-old or 56-year-old make the same? No, that don't even make sense.
First of all, he should know better because he is her elder. He was 56 years old or maybe 55 at the time. Regardless, over 50, over 40, you know better. And you talk to a 19-year-old child, she just got out of high school.
How do we respect our elders when you have elders like this? You guys want to push this agenda. Respect your elders. No, because these elders don't respect us. They see these girls as freak-offs, as objects. So the respect have to go both ways. These elders are not leaders. They are destroyers. They are traumatizing. This is traumatizing. He should not have been involved. If you want to play this type of demonic role play it with a 50-year-old. But why can't he play this with a 50-year-old, Cammy?
Because she gonna peep game right away. Like, no, for one, you're not gonna talk to me like that.
You got some 50-year-olds that will play if you pay them right, you know.
Oh, girl.
Do
it. Well, maybe.
Blueface Mama would do it. Carisha, she'll do it.
She would. Oh, my goodness.
Tokyo Tony, she'll play.
She definitely will do it. But, I mean, Shannon Sharpe don't want that. He wants something that's young and tight and small and petite.
He want kids.
You think he want kids?
She is a child.
Oh, I'm thinking like you. Yeah. He want the snow bunnies. He want the young girls.
Would he trust a 19-year-old to be a manager over his finances?
Or a stepmom to his kids?
Or let's just go with business. Would you, a 19-year-old over your finances that only have 1 year of experience?
Nope.
It's too risky. Hell no. You might sound smart, but no. You only do this 1 year. She's only been an adult for 1 year, you guys. 1 year. She don't know anything. She has no experience. Give me a break. And you want to push this type of shit on her? Even if you say she was into it already, why would you condone it? Why would you push it? And I'm sorry, you as a 56-year-old man, can't no 19-year-old make you do nothing. You're 56, you got all the power, you're a man, you 6'1", you got all the muscles. She can't make you do nothing, man. She can't make you do nothing. You have all the power. You have all the influence. It's no equal here.
Not at all.
So let me play a little bit more.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think.
Wow. All right. So she said, I don't want to be choked. She said it in a very sad, disturbing way. And he says, yes, you do. You don't have a choice at this point. And he is getting off on this. That's the sad part. He enjoys talking to teens like this. And Kimmy, how many times have Shannon Sharpe been sued?
24 times, and he settled 23. And there is another lawsuit in New York with another lady.
Did y'all hear that? What Kimmy just said.
He's been sued 24 times. He's settled 23 times. And in this particular lawsuit, it talks about another lawsuit in New York. And he said the exact same things to that woman that he's saying to this one.
Child, now what is he going to say to the men? Because you know it's some boys back there. I can't prove it, but I definitely feel like it's some boys. Now, when a man come up, watch all these black men, they're going to change their vote. All it takes is him have to be allegedly homosexual. Then they're going to shut the hell up.
Because they talking now, girl.
Yeah,
they're definitely talking.
Because they hate women. It's a woman involved. But let this have been a boy, a 19-year-old boy. Follow me, Kimmy. A 19-year-old boy and Shannon Sharpe, 56, meeting this 19-year-old boy at the gym. The boy says no, and Shannon Sharpe keep on getting with him, offering him money. Now, don't you think that's going to be a whole different play?
He won't have anybody on his team. They'll be like, dog,
You doing this to a 19-year-old boy? Oh my God, why would you do that to a 19-year-old boy? He don't even know. Why would you put that sexuality on him? Because they had treated a 19-year-old boy as so innocent.
Ain't that sad?
Because it's a hatred for women. We know that. All right. So let's this is the other audio. Well, that's Candace. Well, this is the other audio. Or this is Shannon Sharpe. He's coming out and speaking. This is what he has to say.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to.
Why didn't he add Diddy?
Because he know Diddy did it. Allegedly.
Why didn't he put Diddy in there too? I mean, he only named one person.
He did.
And Jay-Z has, in fact, messed with underage girls, which
he has.
Illegal. Foxy Brown, Aaliyah. It is a lot. Jay-Z is nefarious. So Tony Buzbee wasn't wrong for going after Jay-Z because he is a nefarious person. But it's funny that he didn't mention Diddy. And he only mentioned one person. Where is the list? If it's so many men, you only name one man. You ain't named many men. One man. Where's the rest of the men that Tony Buzbee? When you say men, that's plural, right?
That's right.
And how many did he name?
One.
What is up with that picture?
He's deflecting. He's deflecting. He want people to think Tony Buzbee is just going after all black men. He's not.
He's going after criminals. He's going after people that have issues or doing this freak off with young girls that are abusing them and using their power to influence them. You know, go Buzbee. Get him, Buzbee. Get him, Buzbee. Hey, I've always been for get him, Buzbee. Shit. And I toasted that. I'm going to play a little bit more.
a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Hello, how you guys doing? All right. What are your thoughts about that, Kimmy?
I believe he's doing some serious intimidation. Number one, he doxed her. He had no business calling her name. She was Jane Doe in the lawsuit. He did not talk about during this clip that they offer him $10 million. No, he offered them $10 million to settle. And she said no. So come on now. That sounds a little guilty to me. The reason why she said no is because she know, and so did Tony Buzbee, they both knew that he's in for this $100 million deal. He's good on it. He got more than 10 million. I would go for it too.
And not only that, people need to know that he does this, and you need to watch out, little girls, 19, 20, be careful with these men. Okay, they will introduce you to a lot of weird stuff. And if you talk to a lot of these prostitutes, Kimmy, these men are gross. They will have these girls do all this stuff. And of course, these girls are selling their stuff off for money. But the men this is what the men want. This is what they want. The stuff they into. I mean, it's a list of stuff. It will shock you. They want, I don't even want to say what they into, but you know, and you heard about those girls in Dubai and the boo-boo.
That's right.
They love, it's some demonic stuff with that donut hole. All that, what they love to play in that. They love to play in that. But so I did want to put this up so people can see. I don't know if you guys can see. Shannon Sharpe, you see that 10 million before. So that's what it was. He did offer 10 million to silence her. He wanted her to be quiet. 10 million to make it all go away. She said, no, you're not going to do that. And besides, you essayed her, you manipulated her. And I think when you're 19 and then you realize how he played you, because you're growing, and then you're around Tony Buzbee, and Tony Buzbee is giving you game like, no, this is wrong. And we have to be honest here too. A lot of 19, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, they don't know about the law fully. They don't even know their rights. A lot of people don't know their rights when it comes to relationships and all this stuff. So when you realize, man, hold on, I got rights. Hell yeah, I want to speak up for mine, and maybe to save another person. And hell, do you think that Shannon Sharpe would stop this activity that he's into after this? Or do you think he's going to be like Diddy and he's going to continue his fetishes or whatever you want to call it?
Well, she may be the catalyst to all of this. Because there may be more people to come out. I believe that something is going to happen because Tony Buzbee's not coming out here with nothing. Like, he already released the audio. There's also another lawsuit in New York, and some of the things that were in that court document, some of the gross things that was said, he said the same thing to the other girl in New York. I mean, it was just hideous. Like, nobody's gonna want you when I get through with you. Like,
that's sick.
It is.
But why would a person like him would say some stuff like that? Something is wrong with him, Kimmy.
That's right.
If he's into this,
That's right.
press 1 if something was wrong with him. If he's into this, he's into telling little girls nobody will want you after I'm done with you, and how I'm going to dog you out, and how I'm going to mistreat you. And he gets off on this. This is what he enjoys. Come on, you all. Is this how all Black men are? Since you want to represent and want to have his back for this stuff, is that how you are? Come on now. You have to say, no, we are not like that. We are not with you. You are a sick individual, and we're going to cut it off. Hell.
So Gigi, you got some questions. Like, some people are saying, like, it's the girl's fault. I'm still trying to figure out how it's her fault, and why is she wrong for going after him for allegedly abusing her.
Well, let me hit it. Where they at?
And let me see. I think it's Boss Dog.
Boss Dog. Let me see, Boss Dog. Are we really want to give Boss Dog all this attention? Okay, Boss Dog. Females are in these streets. Okay, by choice. They're not in the streets by choice. They're in the streets by their condition. Boss Dog. If their father would have never broken the home and left the home and abandoned these girls, stealing fatherhood from these girls, they wouldn't be out in no goddamn street. Nobody want to go out into these streets on walking on boulevards. They do it because they have no other choice. You understand? They didn't get no love for their father. Okay? They hurt. They messed up. And then here you come giving them money because you know they need it, messing them up even more. You don't help them. You don't say, you know what, let's do this. Let's look at it that way. And then what I was talking about, Boss Dog, was these guys say, I'm going to give you $5 if you smell my donut. I'm gonna give you $10. Come smell my donut, girl. I want you to sniff my donuts. Okay. Oh, these are the men that are doing this. The men don't have why. Well, first, why they into this shit? They into it because something wrong. Okay. Something wrong. And the girls, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, but they do it because they are desperate for money and they need the money. You know, people do crazy stuff when they desperate for it. But this guy, he got all the money. And do you think he's going to help that sister out and say, you know what? I just want to bless you. I want to help you. Nope. You got to do something weird and strange in order for them to help you with some money. Just like Hollywood, you're going to have to sacrifice your morals and values in order to get a part, in order to be a host. It's the same play. Hell, Boss Dog. Why would a grown man talk to a 19-year-old for? Because he likes to groom. Because he's sick in his head. That's why. Because he wants somebody that don't know anything. He wants somebody innocent. When people say innocent, that means that I don't know what you're doing. Like you can be building something right in front of me that's going to destroy me, but I'm so innocent, I don't even know what it is. And you tell me, oh, this is going to be good for you. And I'm here smiling and you just doing all that shit in front of me that's going to destroy me. That is a person that is naive and innocent because they don't know. They don't know. So he wants to get those that don't know, that don't understand, so he can play mind games and he can have his way with them and he gets off on it.
She said in the audio, why are you trying to manipulate me? And that's why he said, don't say that or I'm going to choke the out of you.
Oh, So the reason why he wanted to choke the F out of her because she says manipulation. He said that word. Don't tell the truth.
That's all right.
Because why would he say, why would you say I'm trying to manipulate you? Let's not play that game. You know we role playing. Tell everything. No, he didn't. He was serious. That's why I don't think this was a damn role play like they're trying to cover it to be.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, do you think, because people are saying, oh, he was role play? That didn't sound like role play to me.
It's not role play. They just want to try to cover it up, just like they say R. Kelly did not piss on that girl. It was R. Kelly, brother. We can't see all this stuff. It's just excuses. So I'm gonna put this up here, and I'm gonna go to this, and I want to see what the people are saying in the comment section. Empress Goddess says, I'm sorry, 50 something, even 40 something, talking to a 19-year-old, 20-year-old. I'm sorry, y'all are weird. Do you guys agree with that statement? Press 2 if they are weird. Like they don't know anything. They're very naive. What could a 19-year-old do to be in a partnership with Shannon? What can a 19-year-old do to add to Shannon's life? Huh, Kimmy?
Nothing but sex. Nothing but sex. I mean, she probably nothing.
Let's not even go there. Not even, we got to say the X word.
Oh.
Not even X. Because a 56-year-old and a 19-year-old, hold on, you only have 1 year of experience to do the X. That's it. And he had her doing a lot of manipulation, mind effing with the race play and all this stuff. Like it was more demonic. This was not just, X. This was something more, Kimmy. This was something spiritual.
Wow.
It says, so I had to run, seen a lot, done a lot. So I felt 40 at 20, but I was young. Okay. Shannon Sharpe, Lord, this settlement amount to 10 million. In my book, he's guilty. So people also seeing it like a Diddy. When Diddy was going to pay Cassie, or he did, people saw it as guilty. And that's what Shannon Sharpe did. He did offer to pay 10 million to silence her. He wanted her to shut up. Oh, they said, what is wrong with our black men? And tell me this, they're telling me that black men hate their black mama that raised them. I just read a post about that.
What?
Yeah, they said a lot of these black men hate their black mamas. Press 7 if you heard about that agenda that a lot of black men are talking about. Press 7 if you heard that. Yeah, it's something. It's something. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Let me see. I can't turn it off. All right, so I want to play some of Candace Owens. She talks about this a little bit. Before I play some of this, they said it ain't new. You see all them sevens? You see all them sevens? All right. So before I play this Candace Owens, I want to hear her point of view. Anything else you want to say, Kimmy?
Have you touched on Boosie yet?
Boosie?
About Boosie taking up for Shannon Sharpe?
No, I did not. Go ahead. You can give it to me.
So Boosie always, it's like he got garbage of the mouth. He just tweet anything. But he made a tweet today. And I'm going to read the tweet. I'm not going to say everything he said. But he said, she heard he was about to get that 100 million. I'm sick of these bleeps. They be knowing they can probably get a couple of million to make it go away. Y'all making it bad for women and men. Successful men gonna be scared to talk to women. Shaking my head. I'm sick of y'all broke, bleep, taking this route to get money. Go to San Francisco, meet some tech guys, sell your blank and get rich. # bird brain. And people were in the comments. They were agreeing with Boosie. I was so shocked. Black women, black men, like, yeah, Uncle was wrong for talking to a 20-year-old, but she just trying to get a money grab.
Mm. And he just trying to get some kitty cat. Is it wrong for him trying to get a kitty cat?
Hey, no, it ain't wrong trying to get a kitty cat, but
Shannon Sharpe trying to get more money. They all trying to get money. Hell, that's the world of America, trying to get money. If Shannon Sharpe is doing something wrong and she is suing for money, that is her right.
That's right. I'll take it all.
That's her right. Hell, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Why? You don't want her to try to get any money or get any justice because you give it up for free, and a man constantly beat on you and SA you, and you don't do nothing about it, and you just take it with your broke ass. Everybody like you.
And he said that he was gonna make it so no other man wants her, meaning he was gonna do the X act on her violently where no one would want it. Y'all, that is sick.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, she need compensation.
Yeah. Because he hate women. That sounds like you hate women. How could you do that to a woman if you love women, if you appreciate women, you adore women? It sounds like he gets off with hating little girls. He have a hatred towards women. That's what it sounds like. Now read that Boosie thing. I want to go line for line. I can't hear you, Cammy.
She heard he was about to get that 100 million.
Okay, let me stop you right there, Boosie. Okay, because this was already in the works before that deal was dropped. That deal was just dropped. Nobody knew about it. So she was already having this lawsuit already. So Tony Buzbee dropped it right afterwards, which was brilliant on his part because he knows how the media works. So big up for Tony Buzbee because he knows how to play the game.
That's right.
What's next?
He said, I'm sick of these HOES, and they be knowing they can probably get a couple of million to make it go away.
All right, stop right there. If you're sick of these hoes, stop entertaining these hoes and get you a wife. But you love these hoes. You can't. When you look at Boosie in the videos, you see all hoes. All he does is push hoes. At his parties, all they are is hoes. If you go to Boosie party, do you see women there and ladies there? Do you ever see Boosie having a conversation with any lady? No. Because ladies probably don't even have a time of day for the nonsense. All he can attract is hoes. He just don't like when hoes play a better game than he can play it. Okay, what's next?
Well, one thing I want to say is he said that all women want is to get a couple of million. Well, they offered her 10 million and she declined. So it's not a couple. Like she's not one of those little girls to just say, okay, 10 million. I don't know. Would I have taken 10 million? I mean, 10 million would have changed my life. But she know that she has a strong case, and so does Tony Buzbee, and said, no, we going for 50 million.
Well, yeah, she's gonna listen to her advisors. And if that's the case, then so be it. You know, she's playing the game the long way. She has every right to. So he says every hoe want millions. Well, did y'all hear that? If every hoe want millions, then why are the broke hoes trying to go for the hoes? If you're a broke man, sit your tail down till you get some millions, and then you can try to approach a hoe. Because Boosie said these hoes want millions. So therefore, sit your broke ass down and build something with yourself. That's what I got to say to that. Come on.
Y'all making it bad for women and men. Successful men gonna be scared to talk to women. Shaking my head. I'm sick of y'all broke. PUSSY.
All right, let's stop right there. They should be scared to do these freak off stuff. You should be scared. You should be ashamed. You should be shamed. You should be shamed. So therefore, if we have to make men great again by shaming them and to get them to get the lawsuit, so be it. If this will stop other men for preying on 19-year-olds, then so be it. Because that's what he's saying, that
That's
you're
right.
going to make older men afraid to talk to a 19, 18-year-old. Good.
They
You
should
shouldn't
be.
be talking about to them no way. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. And old and young women, they don't like you no way. They hate you. I don't give a damn how much money they give you. They still hate you. Okay? So hell, take the money and go. Shannon Sharpe didn't love her. Shannon Sharpe used her.
No.
Shannon Sharpe didn't have no love for this girl. So it is what the hell it is. Hell, she don't owe Shannon Sharpe shit after what he did to her. What's next? I'm ready.
Hoes taking this route to get money. Go to San Francisco, meet some tech guy, sell your PUSSY and get rich. Hashtag bird brain.
Child, he sound like a bird brain. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing at all. All right, so let's hear thank you for sharing that. So let's hear Miss Candace Owens. Y'all ready for this? Now you guys know she's on the men's side, okay? But let's see what she has to say. I'm going to fast forward some stuff.
He was an NFL all-time leader of receptions in the tight end position. I think his record has since been smashed, but he was drafted into the Hall of Fame in 2011. And that's what's earned him his current platform. He has a contract with ESPN as a sportscaster, as many of these people who leave.
Child, he look gay right there. Honey, if that don't look like he got something up his donut, I don't know what it is. What do you think, Kimmy? Do he look like a straight man to you?
No.
Huh?
Not at all. Not at all.
Looking like Barney with a smile. Don't look like Barney is our friend.
I look like Carlton Banks or something sitting there in a chair.
And that's another thing, Kimmy. I don't know how true it is, but they said DL men hate women and they are very violent towards women. I don't know how true it is. Have y'all heard that saying before? Press 5 if you heard that DL men hate women and they're very violent towards women. If I don't want to say I'm making this what I heard. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
NFL do, right? They go either Fox Sports, ESPN Sports, and they provide commentary. Now, before we get further into his particular story here, I'm always very upfront with you guys about my biases. And I'm going to be honest with you, I do not like Shannon Sharpe. I do not think he's a good person. It's personal for me. Okay. Last year being the toughest year on my family in our entire life. And as soon as I got fired from the Daily Wire, there were certain people who I had done nothing to, who I had never spoken about, who were just like dancing on what they perceived was my grave and just spreading lies about me. And Shannon Sharpe was one of these people who basically came out on his podcast right away. And
okay, I don't care about that, Candace, because I don't care for you either. But let's go.
And it's happened before. People in our community.
Damn, Shannon is big, girl. Look at them big ass arms. Look at them big ass shoulders. And he got this small 19-year-old. And how tall was that girl? What, 5'4", 5'2"? Okay. He can break her. And man, please. That is a big dude.
They're black.
And he's athletic, Cammy. He football. He used to slamming people against the wall. I'll be afraid too. All you gotta do is ram into your ass and you gone.
And they try to appease a group of people that's probably never going to embrace them. And once they realize that, guess who's the first group to take them back?
I don't know her.
You know, I ain't say nobody's name, Amanda. You don't even know who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
I'm gonna fast forward because Candace still on her shit. I don't care about what Candace going through.
in the middle of having some sexual relations with a woman. I kid you not. I don't know. He said he accidentally pressed the wrong button and the public was able to hear him with a woman. Here's just a couple of headlines about that. Forced to release a statement after ESPN is Shannon Sharpe
so
of using physical.
What she's talking about right here is the audio. Do you remember the audio that was leaked out on Shannon? Kimmy, hey Shelly Boo, how you doing?
How you doing, girlfriend?
Girlfriend, it's been a minute. Miss you,
And tell
Shelly.
me, I ain't gonna lie. I'll talk about Shannon in a minute, but I heard some shiznick, and I just want them to put some respect on your name. And you know what I'm talking about.
Child.
So I just needed 2 minutes to tell them to put some respect on your name. And that imitation hussy that used an hour of your information and didn't give you a shout out, I want her to know we watching her like she watching you. And I want to tell brother Storm, you wrong, brother. You better call Gigi and apologize to her. And that other hussy, she better call and apologize to you, because that shit right there ain't right. I just wanted to get that in, G, because you know you family, so don't nobody come messing with you like that.
I appreciate you, Shelly. I love you so much.
Yeah, they know better. Storm know better than that. And that woman using him. He over there talking about Michael is stuck on something. He went by what somebody else said, G, and that's wrong. Because you open up your door to him when he wanted to run his mouth about that gospel circuit. And that's how you got introduced to him. And he promised you that you had that exclusive only to your channel. So, brother Storm, you better call Gigi and apologize. You could have had a conversation with her. You don't just step off and listen to folks.
Yeah, but
And
I appreciate you, Shelly, for having my back. But I have learned, just God has every fight. Let God fight your battles and just keep moving on.
I know that, G, but they got to put respect on your name, and I'm gonna make sure they do. Cause I got this sister that did this, and I'm gonna talk to her, cause they don't do nothing. She using your stuff, and whenever you use anybody's stuff, you always give them a shout out and say you're using it. And she didn't do that. I don't care if she talked mess about me. She talked a little bit, but what she said about Storm, you need to check out what she said about you before she told you to come over there. And to the two sisters that asked me to come somewhere, y'all can forget that. Because I don't do no backdoor mess like that. G gave all of us the opportunity to come on her platform and speak and talk. And she did not stop nobody. She was not prejudiced against nobody. And y'all need to put some respect on her name. But that's all I wanted to say, baby, because I don't play that stuff.
Oh, I love you, Shelly.
Yeah, I don't play that. They should not have done that. And that lady want views. Then she gonna accuse you of just wanting views. Well, it looked like if she had to use your material, she an amateur.
Yeah.
She only been out there a year. She supposed to honor the people that been out here working hard. And then she wanna talk that kumbaya crap. I got your kumbaya. So
Shelly, karma.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to spoil your day.
Yeah, but
I just want you to know I ride for mine. And when I heard the bull crap that was going on, I want you to know, don't worry about it. It was 3 other women that told her about herself and lifted you up. And I'm here to keep it going.
Thank you so much, Shelly. I appreciate you.
And Shannon is a freak. And Shannon is a low down dirty freak, because that's what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't like stuff like that, G, because that man begged you to come on your channel. And you gave everybody an open platform, no matter what we talking about. And sometimes we don't agree, but you the best out there. And they know that. Mm-hmm. And she just jealous. So I got the crew girls up, and we going to handle that.
Okay. Well, I
want her to talk to me.
Yeah,
and then we'll all be good.
I don't want to be in no narratives. I don't want to be a part of those storylines.
I know that.
I plan to cut myself off and just separate and just do me. And I love it here. Okay.
And I respect, you know what? I respect that. That's why I'm not gonna say anything wrong and curse or anything. I just want Storm and her to explain to me, and then I'm gonna ask them to apologize. They owe you an apology. She used an hour of your material and talked about you. I'm not going for that. And then Storm should know better. He came and asked you, begged you to get on your platform with that gospel stuff. and you allowed him, you allowed us, and you brought everybody together about this Angie Stone stuff, and people need to know that.
Well,
But I'm gonna calm down, but I just don't like stuff like that.
I thank y'all for having my back, but also for me, I have to be accountable and I have to learn from my mistakes. And it's possibly mistakes I have made, and I'm learning.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying that we family, right? Now, when Storm and all of us came on, we said we was going to act like a family, and we was going to look out for each other, and we're going to have conversations.
Well,
And when people,
so we have to realize people lie. So, I cannot be naive anymore. And like I
right,
said, I just want to move on. I don't want to be a part of anyone's storyline. I
right.
talk about. I feel that I've prayed about it. I think that karma has gotten certain individuals, and I just don't want to be a part. I don't want to go back. I wish they just act like I never existed.
Well,
And
see, that's why you get, yeah, but they're not, but I'm not going to allow nobody, I'm not going to allow nobody to lie on you, G. I'm going to tell them about it, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to be low key about it. I just wanted you to know when I found out what went on, I went ham, but I'm going to honor what you say because I got to respect you. But I just don't like no backdoor mess like that. This is why people don't trust and why people can't come together. Now, he could have talked to you. He didn't even have the conversation. He just went by what somebody else said. And Storm, if you listening, you need to call me, brother, because I don't play that, Storm. But anyway, I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to try and have a nice day. I just want you to know I heard what went on. I don't like it. And I want both of them to call me.
All right. Well, call Shelly.
That's right.
Don't
call Shelly.
Yeah, nobody has to call me. I don't want to be a part of any narrative. I want my name.
Okay.
I want to be treated like I've never existed, and I want to do my own thing, and I don't want to be associated with anyone.
Okay, I got you. And I'm going to respect.
Associated with anyone.
I got you, G. But I want people to know this is exactly why we can't come together and exactly why nobody trusts nobody, because I don't do no crap like that. If we discuss things, that's where it stay. You allowed us to come on your platform, and I'm just going to honor you with that. And you're very fair. You open up your platform. You say, whether I like you or not, you could come up here. That's who you are.
Well, Shelly, and that's why you got all that clearly, right? So that shit stops. Okay.
Yeah, but they done messed up a good thing, G, because you're a good person. Well, and I just wanted people to know.
Well, Shelly,
yes, ma'am.
Hit me in my DMs. Like I said, I don't want to be a part. And I think, I understand your intentions and your heart in the right place, but I don't even want to be in the same algorithm. I want to
got you.
Myself, and I just want to just disappear. Okay.
Okay.
But I appreciate you. I love you so much. You've been a part of my platform for a while, and I do appreciate your passion and standing up. But you are right. I have to change some things. I can't allow it to be just as open like I have in the past. So things will be over here.
Well, I respect that, G. And to Miss Kimmy, you have a nice day too, babe. I'm sorry. I just don't like people messing over people, but I'm sorry. Okay, G? And I'm going to hit you in the DM, all right?
Hit me in my DM, girl. All right.
All right. Keep your head up and they ain't shit.
Okay.
All right, girl.
All right. That was Shelly, boo. All right. So let's get back to Candace. Let me put this back up here. All right. Well, before... hold on, let me just play it because I don't know exactly where we are.
And 54 at the time. And from there on, the two of them start a relationship, a 2-year sexual relationship followed. Now, she's alleging that...
Oh, okay, I remember. So she was talking about this audio. This audio got leaked out on Shannon's Instagram of Shannon doing something with the woman, okay? Now, this was right during the time that everybody felt that Shannon and his assistants were gay. They thought they had a relationship together, and people felt that Shannon purposely put this audio of him doing these acts with the woman so people would think that he's a heterosexual. Kimmy, do you remember that time?
I do. And it's so funny you even mentioned that because Tony Buzbee put that in the court document about it was a lie. Yes, he did. Oh, that's a bad man right there.
Mm. Okay, can you tell us more about what Tony Buzbee put in the document?
He was basically just talking about how Shannon Sharpe, like before the second time he raped the girl, that he was caught going live, and it said that basically that was not true because you have to swipe, what is it, swipe right? You have to swipe right to go live or something like that. And everybody know that it was not true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so shortly thereafter, the Jane Doe, she called him. No, he called her, and she said, "Why are you calling me? Because you cheated on me." And he was like, "No, no, no, no." So he went and he picked her up, and that's when the second incident allegedly happened, where he raped her.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know people are saying, I think that's her. That's not her. Well, she claims that they were supposed to be in this type of relationship, and she was disappointed when she heard that audio of him with another woman. So, and from Kimmy, she says the Tony Buzbee lawsuit, it's another girl in New York that's coming for Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe, through these 56 years he's been on this planet Earth, he's probably done this, I don't know how many times, how many nights, how many parties that he have done this. But more women are coming out, and I won't be surprised if men start coming out too. Because most likely, men gonna come out. Press 7 if y'all think some men gonna start coming out on Shannon Sharpe. Okay, hell, we seen this play before. Hell, we gonna have to stay on this, Kimmy. Hell, this is going to grow bigger and bigger, Kimmy. Okay, you think this is gonna be thrown under the rug? Hell no. We are about to see Shannon Sharpe fight. Okay, let's see what he really made of. All right, so let's play this here.
Rape element didn't occur until October of last year. And then again, so she got raped in October of 2024, and then again, allegedly this year in January. So obviously, for those of you that are following our Harvey series, that's immediately for me where I pause. Because
okay, so Candace is trying to make the claim that, she was essayed 1 month, then she went back, and then she was essayed again. So Candace is like, well, if he did it to you once, then it's your fault for going back. Like, how can I believe he did it to you if you kept going back? That is her stance. Do you guys agree with that? Press 9 if you agree with that stance. Kimmy, what are your thoughts about that?
Of course, I do not agree with that. Look at all of the women who are abused, who are in abusive relationships, and they continue to stay with their partner. The difference, well, I'm not going to say the difference. This girl was 19 years old, and, she may or may not have a father figure in her life. Maybe she looked at him as being a father. I don't know. I mean, money looks good to young people. I mean, shoot, her brain hadn't even formed all the way. So for him to put this power trip on her, and even though it happened one time, he could have said, "Baby, it's not gonna happen anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore." We don't know if he gave her gifts. We don't know. Now, it did say in the lawsuit that he offered to buy her some breast. It said that in the court document.
And it was for her benefit. Like, why is he offering to buy a 19-year-old girl surgery?
And she said that she took offense because she was like, well, what's wrong with my boobs? Like, why?
Now, could you imagine if he was offering to buy a 19-year-old boy surgery? Huh? Wow. How would the people react to that? Okay. Since y'all want everything to be so equal, right? But not LeMay says, I absolutely agree that if you got done wrong, if somebody essayed you, then it's your fault if you go back and get essayed again. Well, that is very harsh, and I think those are, you have to be a strong-willed person. And LeMay, You don't have any family members that's in abusive relationships that wanted to get out, or you never been done wrong and you forgave someone and then you got done wrong again, you know? So have y'all ever forgave someone and still got done wrong? Press 1 if you have. So pretty much, you know, it's your fault and we should never forgive, you know? But like Kimmy said, it's been multiple wives still today that have been abused by their husband, and they forgive their husbands, they're staying with their husband, they're trying to work it out on their husband. Now, if women decided to say, one time you cheat, I'm out, the men would have a fit, right? You're supposed to work it out. You're not supposed to give up like that. One time you cheat, they should just call it quits. And if Candace wouldn't like that though, because it's not going towards the man shit. You know what I mean? One time you do something wrong, call it quits. So I'm not for that, because if that's the case, then you should never forgive anybody. You should just never forgive. Do you guys believe in forgiveness, forgiving others, or no? Or is it across the line? Once you essay someone, then you shouldn't forgive them at all, you know? What's your thoughts, Kimmy?
I mean, what does Oprah say? Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. So yes, you should forgive. And I know plenty of women that have been abused by their husbands and boyfriends, and they continue to go back. And you wonder, like, what happened in that woman's life for her to continue to go back? I could never do anything like that. Like, I won't put up with that, but you're not her either. So you don't.
But a lot of y'all be lying. A lot of you guys,
do.
you put up with it and you still putting up with it, and you just trying to front like, no, you do not. But you have, when you really look at your life, you have put up with a lot of bull crap from people repeatedly, you know? And I don't know how the situation, I think he still manipulated her. And I will not forget, she's 19 years old. 19 and 20-year-old, they're easy to be manipulated again. Hell, it's easy to get manipulated. And if you guys are so strict where, okay, one time you get one time to make a mistake and then that's it. I mean, hell, the first time you threw up from drinking, you should have just stopped drinking at all, but your ass kept going back to drink and drink and drink. So I just think that it's a lot of hypocrites, people that are talking out the side of their mouth when they're so this strictness. And I just don't think they really are that strict. When you really look at them lives, I can pretty point out a lot of mistakes they have made repeatedly. All right. And like I said, and like you guys are saying, she's 19 years old. Now, how many mistakes did you make at 19? How many times when you were 19 that you forgave someone that you should not? How many times at 19 or when you were a child that you were done wrong? Some of you guys been abused. Some of you guys been essayed by your uncles and you still eating Thanksgiving with him. You still eating Thanksgiving with him. Some of y'all haven't even told your story about your uncle, about your stepfather, about whoever have done you wrong. Some of y'all keep that hidden away, and you're still going to Christmas. You're still going out to dinners with them. And could you imagine if you ever did speak out about it? Nobody would believe you, because they say, why are you saying something now? All the Christmas gifts, you was around him then, you ain't say nothing. I don't believe you, because you was at the Christmas party. He was there. You ain't say nothing. Hell, y'all was joking together. So why should I believe that he did that to you when you was 10, but you've been hanging out with him and stuff like that at grown age? You just mad. You know, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What are your thoughts about that, Kimmy?
I totally agree with what you're saying. I watch a guy on YouTube, Chris Styles with Trapping Anonymous, and he come out with these stories all the time about abused women. And some of the situations are just like you said, you know, they have fathers, they have uncles who have abused them, and they never say anything. Or their grandmother, their mother say, you're lying, you're not telling the truth. Like, it's so many people who have not told their truth. or even said, yes, I've been abused before, or yes, this happened to me. So yes, I definitely can see a 19-year-old girl going back to a man who has money, fame, power, prestige, all of that. But I mean, just think about it. You're 19 years old and you have a Shannon Sharpe coming to either pick you up. I don't know what he riding in, a Bentley or Cullinan, whatever. And he's coming to pick you up. That's a brag.
Yeah. And society and religion makes you forgive. Society and religion always forces women to forgive. Give them a chance. Nobody is perfect. Stay in the marriage. If he hit you, if he essay you, stay in a marriage. Forgiveness. So this whole society and religion, it pushes you to forgive. But when you speak out your truth, then they push you to say you're a liar. It's hypocritical all the way around. But let's continue on.
What jumps out is the persistent question that I have in these circumstances, which is what would incentivize any young woman to go back and continue relations with an alleged rapist? Just, again, common sense. Not saying I have a degree in whatever degree you have supposed to have a degree in, but I am saying that sometimes it really just comes down to street smarts and common sense. Actually, most times it does. Anyway.
All right. So she's saying that, this girl, she could have prevented this from going back. And I agree with her on that stance. I feel that, if he did it one time, you should not go back. However, she is 19 and people do make mistakes. So I give them grace, but I do feel she should not have went back once that man have showed you who he was. And I think that we should push this more to women. Don't forgive and don't go back. I think we need to push it more. I agree with Candace, but I still give her grace, and I'm not going to call her a liar because she went back to it. But do you guys think we need to push the agenda? Do not forgive these men once they do you wrong one time. I don't think Candace would like that type of story line. Okay, she'll come out talking about, you guys got to forgive men. Don't give up so quick. Bull crap. But she said it herself. And this is how a lot of them feel. They feel that if you go back, then it's your fault, no matter what happens. So to all y'all out there, once they do something wrong to y'all once, cut them off. Cheat once, cut them off. Lie once, cut them off. Essay you once, cut them off. Okay? If they got a past history of being a convicted felon, cut them off. Okay? Cut their ass off. Because if they are a convicted felon or whatever, and you stay with them, they're going to blame you for it. They're going to say, well, you knew he was a convicted felon and you still got with him. Shame on you. We don't believe you. So cut their asses off. You cannot be nice. You have to be very strict because that's what society expects for you. If you, God forbid, become a victim of anybody. What are your thoughts about that? And let's get the likes up, you guys. Go ahead, Kimmy.
I agree. I definitely agree. But I just want to comment on one of your subscribers said that she should have gone to the police. Yes, she should have gone to the police, but Cassie didn't even go to the police with Diddy. She should have gone a million times to the police. She never went. It was on videotape. She didn't go. You can't make people do things that you would do. You don't know what this girl's situation is. I truly believe she should have never went back. She should have never talked to him, her mama, her daddy. Somebody should have taught her better, but we're not in that situation right now. This is what happened. He talked to a 19-year-old girl. He allegedly raped her and did some pretty vile things to her. And I think he's wrong. I think he's definitely wrong. And I believe she can use this as a learning tool. Hopefully she'll never do this again. Hopefully when something like this happened, she learned her lesson. Maybe other young girls can learn from her. Yeah, that's what I think about it.
And don't allow men to pressure you. These men, they will manipulate you. Baby, please, I just want to come over. I just want to come over. We can just watch Netflix. I just want to come over. We don't got to do nothing. Just give me a chance. See, you on that bullshit. You're not serious. I thought you was serious. I thought you was going to be different. I thought you was going to be my wife. I thought you was going to do that. Shut the hell up. Okay? do not fall for the okie doke. Say what your gut feeling. They cannot be trusted. They can't be trusted. Okay, so someone says he goes to all games, sit side with his stylist Hollywood, which is a gay, openly feminine man. Matches outfits. I've never heard a straight man matching outfits with a feminine, open man. He was on a podcast called The Star Report, and he slipped up and confirmed he was gay. He was not on the Star Report. The Star Report reported on him slipping up and confirming he's gay. Shannon Sharpe was on his show with another host, and they were talking about Tracy Ellis liking younger boys. And he says, see, y'all have an issue when I like younger men. And that's the clip that Star Report played on his YouTube channel. So I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. All right, so I'm going to play a little bit more of Candace Owens.
The plaintiff is being represented by attorney Tony Buzbee. That name sounds familiar to you. He is involved in a lot of big named suits. He's made a name for himself. Most recently, Jay-Z came out and said this guy is a shakedown artist because he was essentially trying to loop Jay-Z in with the Diddy accusers. He's representing a litany of Diddy accusers, and he made an allegation that Jay-Z had done something to a 13-year-old. I never jumped on that. I looked into it, and it sounded to me like the case sounded fraudulent to me. I didn't buy it regarding Jay-Z. But he's been involved again in a lot of these cases. And one of the things that he has done is he's immediately released audio to the public of Shannon Sharpe threatening this young woman. So now she's 22, 23. And I'm going to allow you to take a listen. I'm going to allow you guys to from this young woman. It's a statement by lawyer Lanny J. Davis, and the text message reads, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're bleep.
Okay, so these are text messages that was sent to Shannon from the girl. Now, mind you, Shannon Sharpe put these text messages out of this 19-year-old girl, but he did not put his responses. He edited them and just put her responses. But then he got mad at Tony Buzbee for just editing the video and putting that out. Tony Buzbee was doing the same thing you did, but he's mad about it. But Cammie, what are your thoughts about this, the text message that Candace Owens read out?
My thoughts are, he's hiding something, because why did you not have your messages, your responses? You only had hers, and it was only like 5 text messages in 2 years. So she only texted you 5 times in 2 years. And he never replied. Come on now.
That's crazy. This is what I have to say about this, Cammie. And you're right. These text messages, this is a amount of how many years again?
2
years.
Yeah, from 2023.
These are 2 years, because when you see the text, the dates are reading from 6 months, 8 months. It's very wide in 2 years. And he found the most craziest things that she said, and she put it out there. But Shannon, you're not telling that you put her up to say this shit. You want her to sound like this, to talk like this, and she does it to entertain you, Shannon. Ain't no other man or her real boyfriend or people she entertained is really coming out saying and say, hey, yeah, she texts me like this too. I'm sure if she was that type of girl, we all gonna find out, yeah, she does this to everybody. But Shannon, it's multiple girls saying that you do this to everybody, and this is how you want these girls to talk to you. This is what you demand for these girls to talk to you. You want them to talk to you like this. Just like if I had a guy and he says, anytime you text me, I want you to call me daddy. I want you to call me daddy. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do that for you, but call me daddy. So shit. I'm going to text him to, hey, daddy, what's going on, daddy? That don't mean I really want to call him daddy. I'm just doing it to please him. He's a 56-year-old man that's rich. I don't think I'm going to be texting him anything that he don't like. He's going to tell me, hey, I don't play like that. Leave him alone. Don't respond to him like that. You know what I'm saying? So he is controlling all of this. This is the type of text messages that he likes. If she texts you this and it was so offensive to Shannon, then why continue to be involved with a 19-year-old girl that does this? If I was a 56-year-old man and you text me some shit like this, I'm going to think you're trying to set me up. If I'm 56 and you're 19 and you're doing this, I'm on some dog neck and shit, I'm like, this girl is about to set me up. No, I'm not going to be involved with no 19-year-old girl that sits this weird and out there like that. You're trying to set me up, girl. I'm a big name out here. I'm a big name out here. And you could just take that text message and do anything. But no, because that's what he's into. He wanted her to talk like this. He's into teen girls talking like this to him because he wants them to like to be dominated. He wants them to like to take it. Okay? He wants you to initially be like, I want it, daddy, I want it, daddy. Then when daddy really give it to you, when you say no, this is what you said you wanted it, right? You said you wanted it, right? You said you wanted it, right? It's all manipulation game, so he can take advantage of you, and so he can secure himself by having you to say this stuff that he wants you to say. And that's why they have to get 19, 18-year-olds that don't have any experience on relationships, don't have any experience with dealing with a man. Mind you, dealing with a man that's 56 years old that have you doing all this demonic shit. I mean, come on. Now get the likes up. Go ahead, Kimmy.
Well, one thing I want to say is he knew who Gabby was. Y'all know he doxed her, but he knew who she was because he even said in the video today that he put out that she had an OnlyFans. Her name was Carly on OnlyFans. So he knew what she was about. Honey, you're not going on OnlyFans to just have a conversation. He knew she was about that money. He should have ran. Because he knows better. He's 56 years old. He know how to spot a gold digger. He should have known.
But I think he wanted a gold digger. I think he wanted a gold digger to have him do these demonic things, because when these men want you to do demonic stuff, they go for the gold diggers. That's why you see a lot of download men, they go for the gold diggers, because these gold diggers and prostitutes, they're going to play in their back door. They're going to do a lot of freaky stuff with boo-boo and all that. And they're going to do it, and they're going to pay. And these men are willing to pay top dollar to get this type of stuff done, whether it's boo-boo or whatever. That's they strongly will pay for it. They will pay for that. They will pay for you to use the bathroom on them. They will pay for the weirdest things. So they have to get those prostitutes, because who else is going to do it? All right, so I'll play a little bit more.
Okay. Okay, well, that immediately suddenly makes us go, what kind of a relationship was this? You see, it always offends our senses when we hear something like that, and a man, and this is reminiscent to me of when I looked through the Romanian case regarding Andrew Tate, and when you get these out of context messages and you just go, this is awful and this is violent. But then you get another piece of the equation, and now you have this woman saying, I want you to choke me, allegedly. These are messages are being alleged by his lawyer. I would assume the lawyer is not trying to be disbarred, and he has confirmed that these are true messages. We can pull that back up. I'll continue reading the statement. And then suddenly you're going, okay, what kind of a relationship was this? Because she's describing it as consensual. And then he just names her. He's like, this woman's name is Gabriela Zuniga. This is a text message from her to Shannon Sharpe on October 7th, 2023. And then she says to him in a different text message, which is from January of this year, quote, I know you miss this big, juicy AAS. And she ends the message with $25,000 for each cheek. Very expensive cheeks. It's very expensive, very pricey. And then the lawyer continues in the statement. He writes, this lawsuit filed by Gabriela Zuniga, again, just unmasking her.
All right, unmasking her. You know what? You guys got to stop, get your life together. Stop playing these reckless games. Stop playing on the devil's playground. You up here buying cheeks. And this is what you're going to end up in these situations. What are your thoughts on these men that's going for these prostitutes and playing these games? And then when the prostitutes is money hungry, they're surprised when that's where you found them at, is want money.
Shoot, I guess men think prostitutes are stupid. Like they just don't, like they don't have a brain. Like Boosie's called them #bird brain. I mean, I'm not a prostitute. I don't know any prostitutes, but I've seen on different movies, I've heard different interviews where like some of these prostitutes are out here because some of them may be going to school, maybe they just fell on bad luck, maybe that's all they have, maybe they trying to feed their children. I mean, circumstances.
Yeah, if I'm a prostitute, Kimmy, I'm for the money. Okay, I'm not here to play no games with you. And Kimmy, if you do me wrong, I'm going to sue you for all you got because I'm for the money. But Kimmy, you knew that. So Kimmy, if you want to keep your money, then why would you entertain me, Kimmy?
He knew better, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew better. This is a game he set up in. He want to F around with OnlyFans, girl prostitute. This is what you get. This is what you get. Leave those prostitutes alone. It's just as simple as that. But he can't help himself. Well, any other last thoughts you got, Kimmy?
No, I just can't wait to see what the next few days is going to bring about, because I believe Tony Buzbee may be dropping something else soon, because I believe what Tony Buzbee is trying to do is really trying to make him settle. Go ahead and settle. Go on and pay the $50 million. Let it go. I mean, make it go away, because she is asking for a jury trial. In that court document, she's asking for a jury trial. Now, you mean to tell me if she goes before a jury with everything that you heard so far, and we haven't heard everything, you think a jury is not going to convict him?
He's going to get convicted, and y'all going to talk about his race baiting. Diddy going to get convicted. Shannon Sharpe gonna get convicted. They may bust a U-turn and get Jay-Z again. And y'all gonna be mad about it. And then y'all gonna, it's black, child, please. Please. Ooh, we will have to see. But go ahead. Anything else?
No, I mean, I don't have anything else. I just, like I said, I just can't wait to the next few days. I do know someone was also in your comment area talking about how come she didn't press criminal charges, because she wanted to be compensated. That's why she went for the civil lawsuit. She wants to be compensated. She know that man is sitting on, and I would want to be compensated too. I'm 19 years old, and you done made my body parts where no other man wants it. Come on now. No, I'm just 19. I hadn't even had a baby yet. And you gonna do my...
That right. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Didn't you say she's a prostitute? So why wouldn't a prostitute want money? That don't make sense.
I ain't gonna say she's a prostitute. She was on OnlyFans.
I'm talking about the person who said that. The person said, why didn't she press criminal charges? Because criminal charges, she's not going to benefit. She wants to benefit. If I was her, I want to benefit. I mean, you can go to jail, but I'd rather for you to pay me my $50 million than you go to jail and I don't have nothing. Hell, I want the whole world to know who you are and give me my $50 million. I'm going to go about my way. Okay? Hell, that's how I feel about it. So I don't blame her for wanting that $50 million. And I think how you guys are saying she's an OnlyFans girl prostitute, then it's right up her character to want $50 million. All right, you guys. Well, I just want to say thank you all. Thank you so much, Kimmy, for joining me. I appreciate you. I hope you join me all the time. You guys, please go and support Kimmy YouTube channel. Kimmy, can you tell them where to find you?
Well, I'm on all social media platforms as Kimmy's World.
All right. Well, you heard it here. All right, Kimmy. I'm going to let you guys go. DJ, where you at?
shot again. It's a redskin.